Yeah, Lotte Eisner, again, back to her. You know, she was already 80 years old, something like 80 years. She actually started to cheat about her age when she became 75. I think she had her celebrated her 75th birthday a couple of times over. But she must have been about 80 when a friend of mine called from Paris, "Come quickly, she's dying." She had suffered a massive stroke. And for a moment, I didn't know what to do. It was such a deep shock, and something surged inside of me, and I knew, you're not going to fly to Paris, you are going to walk. And I have to, it was like a pilgrimage. I just grabbed a duffel bag and grabbed some solid shoes, put them on, and I knew I will walk the shortest, quickest route to Paris, a straight line. I took a reading from the compass, and it was the beginning of winter with snowstorms and hail and ice. And I walked for almost 4 weeks, and I knew I would not allow her to die. I would not permit her, and she was so important for me and also for the whole new generation of German filmmakers at that time. She gave us legitimacy. She declared us as the real new German culture that was not barbaric like the Nazis.
Can
So
you
she was so important for us that I would not allow her to die.
can you explain how she did that? How I know that you've spoken in the past that she almost seems like in this she's almost like a godhead figure, and there's a
Yes,
reason for that.
yeah. Well, she had an authority of knowledge and depth, and every single filmmaker in the world of caliber admired and loved and knew her. And she was the last surviving existing mammoth on earth that knew every single important great filmmaker from the brothers Lumiere on. She knew them, and she knew Méliès, and she knew Eisenstein, and she knew Podovkin, and she knew Fritz Lang, and she knew Chaplin and Buster Keaton, and every single one, Kurosawa, you just name them. And everyone admired her, and she always had the young people around her. They would flock to her, and she was somehow a miracle, and I loved her very, very dearly, and I owe her so much that. And it's strange because while I walked, I wrote a little diary, and sometimes when I stopped, or sometimes even while I was walking, I wrote and scribbled notes, and I published that as a book later, which is called Of Walking in Ice. And I think Of Walking in Ice is better than all my films together somehow.